Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome back to another exciting edition of Operation Magic with me, you, Josh, your two favorite new Disney hosts here in the Disney podcast sphere. And we have a great episode actually today. I sent this message over to Josh earlier today, and we're going to jump right into it here in a second. I go, Josh, I have this great idea. I was looking in my office. I saw my Park Sense Main Street room spray. Park Sense, if you're listening, we'd like that sponsorship. Please send it our way. We're pandering like bastards here, guys. But the fact is, I was looking and I go, man, I got the topic. I have the topic, like a light bulb. We hadn't even discussed the topic till probably 1 o'clock this afternoon your time.
I think so. Yeah.
You're in the forest hunting. This is what we were doing. And I was doing Family Day in Washington, right? So, and I go, here's the topic. Sights, smells, and sounds at the Disney parks. Because I have a very different view because I'm from the West Coast. He's from the East Coast. And things might overlap, but I need to get a theory out of my head. But we're going to dive right into that. But we have some thank yous to get out in today's episode because we have some great friends. Josh, why don't you talk about that?
Man, look, we did a episode with STM Sharing the Magic, and we got to talk to Josh and Gina over at Bring Back the Magic, and they sent us these cool
my light right
challenge coins.
There it is. Yeah, check that out. Those are cool.
And these challenge coins, they buy themselves, and they give them to cast members who are just above and beyond and who really make the magic happen. And anybody that's watching this that knows me personally, I am an avid challenge coin collector. So when they said they were going to send them back to us, as like a thank you, I signed right up. I gave them my address right away.
Yep.
And I got the coin. James already posted a little bit about what he got. We got the same thing, but like a little sweet little sticker.
Yeah, that sticker. It went right on my computer. Right on my computer.
This is I haven't put it up yet because I wanted to show it first.
Yeah.
And then a nice crisp business card.
I love the back of that business card. Show the back of that.
Oh man, yeah. This will spark it a bit. We can do a whole episode on this, but a little drink list for drinking around the world.
That just makes me want to go to Florida because now I have that checklist. I have that checklist.
And I just grabbed 4 other coins just to show. I had to start off with my original graduation coin from the smartest branch on the planet.
Hey, I'm not arguing that.
This is my combat controller coin.
Okay.
And this is my maintenance coin. Now this thing is huge. Now I never thought I'd get a coin close to that size, but when I got this one in, I'm like,
close.
Dude, that's close. And now it goes next to one of my all-time favorite coins, which is in a nice case. This is the Salute to Veterans Disney Day Drinker Club coin.
I love that. That's rad.
Disney Day Drinker Club, bro.
The closest thing
you can't beat that.
The closest thing that I have to any challenge coin. So being in the Marine Corps, I collected challenge coins, but I went through a relationship that I had to leave stuff behind, and I thought I grabbed those.
No,
I didn't.
No.
But I have the 2 that are in my plaque that's hanging up. My unit from CSSG 15 and the Marine Corps, and then I have my Operation Iraqi Freedom coin. I lost my original boot camp challenge coin from 1st Battalion, but I do have a cool. It's kind of like a challenge coin. I have to dig in my Disney binder of fun that I have, guys. I have a Disney binder of fun. And I started collecting these things, so let me pull this one out. This was given to me. Since we're doing a little show and tell at the moment, and you caught me off guard.
Well, while you're doing that, this says cheers to all that served. So I have to raise my glass and say Sancho to all my brothers and sisters out there.
Thank you. So this was given to me. This is a original 1975.
Oh, that looks sick.
Pieces of 8.
Give me it.
That's a piece of 8 right there.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, our buddy Lou.
Oh man,
friend of the show, Lou.
Lose the coin plug, man. Let's go.
So he got that for me, and then a couple. I don't know if many people remember these from a couple years ago. I think Disney and I think Hershey or Kinder or some candy company, or even Disney. Oh, Nestle. It was Nestle. They always partner with Nestle. But these came in with some of the chocolates. I don't know if many people remember these, but this is.
Don't let Jeff see that Goofy coin, man. It'll go
Goofy
missing.
and right.
Oh
so,
man,
but so they came in like a little chocolate packet, and my kids they're like, Dad, can I get this? I'm like, sure, guys, why not?
Just give me the coin.
And then I have one more coin since we're on that. I have a collection of stuff. Every time I go to the park, I keep random stuff. But this I thought I got rid of all my tokens from this event. So at one point, Disneyland at California Adventure back. Oh, my son's coming out. What's up, buddy?
Oh,
I'm on a podcast.
Oh, I thought.
You want to say hi real fast? You can pop on and say hi. This is Gavin, everybody.
Gavin the legend. What's up, Gavin?
Is a legend. And that's Josh.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
What's up, dude?
I was just coming out to tell you something.
Oh.
But I didn't know you were on a podcast.
Okay. You want to wait to tell me?
No, because it's right now.
Okay, tell me right now.
So look. So do you know how you were born in 1984?
Uh-huh.
Guess what?
What?
I think I heard Spider-Man saying, is anybody living in 1984 right now? Or just me?
That's silly. I love it.
I didn't hear if he said, is anybody living in 1984?
That's my Spider-Man
moment is brought to you by Operation Magic.
It is. It is. I love you, bud.
Love you.
Again, we said a very first episode.
Oh man.
Kids, no need to be sorry. Kids are a big part of this show because we both have littles, and at any given time, our littles, our wives will pop out or whatever it is. But we're welcoming of that because this isn't an uptight podcast.
No, not by any means.
No, and we're not saying STM is, but STM is very regimented. We are not.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have guest interviews, and
we have guest interviews.
High profile guests.
Yes,
we're low profile guests.
We're low we're the two lows: low profile, low brow.
Right.
Exactly. So the last coin I'll show you guys is it's a token. California Adventure back when Tron came out, they had Electronica. Well, the Tron Legacy, I should say, and so that was on that backlot area back there, and then they transitioned it to an Alice in Wonderland theme, and it was the Mad Tea Party. It was like a Alice version, like rock and roll punk grunge band. They had like air hockey, they had an arcade, and this was one of the tokens that you'd play air hockey with. It's a Mad Tea Party. I can't really see it. There it is.
There it went. Yep.
Right there, and then you flip up the
Pretty
back,
cool.
and it's like a hat on it. So random stuff. You brought coins into this. But this whole thing actually brings it back. I want to circle it back to our good friends, and I'll let you finish that out.
I mean, yeah, we definitely appreciate sending us the swag from your podcast. We hope to be able to find our little something we can also contribute to a lot of our friends. It's such a unique idea, and we I've met a lot of people in this space, and I mean, those are two genuine, legit, just good people. So
I will tell you this:
happy to meet them.
I'm so happy to meet them, and they're great friends of the show. Actually, they've expressed wanting to come onto our show in the future, which I'm all about. I'm all about having them. I'd love to have them come in and talk and just play a game.
Yeah.
But the fact is when I posted about on my personal Instagram and on our Instagram about what they gave us, it was like they liked it, they shared it, they reposted it in their own reel. Then they talked about it more.
Yeah.
And then I made another post about. I made a post about something. Then I tagged them in it, and they reposted it and shared it and did this. I was like, "Wow, okay." They are when Josh means they're genuine.
Yeah,
it's 100% true, and I'm going to plug their show like I will STM and anybody else in the space that we become really tight with, because they deserve it. It's one of those you deserve it type of moments that like you're
100%.
genuinely good people. And to do what they do for cast members, and being a former cast member myself, I can tell you any little thing like that truly truly matters.
I mean, the last thing I'll say before we get into the episode is I can only imagine what those. I know every person that received a coin. I mean, I know how happy I am.
Oh yeah,
I'm just a regular dude. I can imagine grinding out work all day in Disney World. You know, you're doing your thing, and then somebody gifts you that coin, and you take a moment to yourself to kind of read it, reflect on the little card that comes with it, and the message on it. It has to have changed and kind of relit some fires too, I imagine, where people kind of go, this is why I'm doing this.
For me, I tell you what, it did for me too. And as someone who hasn't collected coins in a long time, I now want to start collecting coins again because of this.
Awesome.
And that's it is, and it's awesome. It's great, and cheers to them. Shalom.
Sláinte, brother and sister.
And we appreciate you, and you're always welcome on this podcast anytime. I know they'll see this episode and they'll be like, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Now, and now the bill for that plug's in the mail. So
yeah, okay. right. No, I was like, no, before we get going, I was like a kid in a candy store when I found out like that. They're like, we put it in the mail, and every day I was checking like a little kid, like I was so excited. So it's like that feeling is real. Picking that coin up is really tangible. It feels real. It is real, obviously, but it feels like that passion is real and the genuinity is there.
For sure.
And that's where I want this episode to go, is from genuinity, because the fact is when you walk into the park, you get genuine feelings, right? And I don't know what it's like at Magic Kingdom, because they're supposed to mirror Main Street, right? Main Street's supposed to mirror, but I don't know what it's like at Disney Springs, but I know our downtown Disney, walking through there, you don't get the same feeling as walking through the gates of Magic Kingdom or Disneyland, because you walk in and you're instantly hit with the three things that I mentioned at the top of the show: sight, smell, and sound. Now, I'm going to ask you first, like I'll pose this question to every veteran, guys. This, again, before we get going, this is a veteran-oriented show. As we talked earlier, we're both veterans. We love everybody in our Disney space, but veterans get top billing here in the comments. If you like to comment, leave comments. You put #veteran. You will get your question answered sooner probably than everybody else. We will get to your questions, but I want to remind everybody, we are veteran very oriented. Does that fair? I think that's fair, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's fair.
So, all right. Now back to the 3 S's, I call them. The 3 S's on Main Street. What's the first thing that hits you? What's the first thing that hits you in the face?
Well, if I can, I'm going to back up way back before I get to Main Street.
Okay.
And I have to go with sights first, because I think this is more specific to Disney World than it's to Disneyland.
Okay.
Now, Florida, Orlando has what everybody knows that goes down there is I-4. I-4 is where you get off 95 and you have 60 miles until you get to Disney World.
Okay.
And it is hell. I mean, that highway, that interstate is terrible. But it's where you see your first road signs for Disney World.
Okay.
And it's where you see your first Disney advertisement, and you see Universal there too, and SeaWorld and stuff like that. But that first thought, like, okay, I'm getting close here, is when you get off I-4.
All right. I actually, that's a good point. I didn't factor that thought into this because I was thinking park specifically.
And that's the only one I have that's far away.
But
so that and their road signs being uniquely, well, they used to be blue. I think they're now red.
So that happens in California, but not as far out. It's not 60 miles. Now you'll start seeing road signs right about as you drop out of the Grapevine out of Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Right about. Like you drop out of Grapevine, you hit Valencia, and you'll see Magic Mountain. Just on the other side of Magic Mountain, you'll start seeing Disney signs. No joke, you'll start seeing road billboards. Like you'll see the cheap lawyers or whatever, the big time lawyers or whatever down there. But then shortly after that, you'll see one with Goofy or Mickey or whatever celebration is happening, or come check out this nighttime spectacular, whatever the sign is. And then you get, I want to say, right about Downey area, maybe a little bit further north of Downey on the I-5, and you'll see a sign that says Disneyland, Gene Autry Way or Autry Way, Ball Road. Once you start seeing Ball Road, you know you're close. So like signs for Ball Road exit.
Yeah.
But you see Disneyland next exit. And I remember vividly when we went down there 2 or 3 years ago with our boys, and I remember doing it with our girls when they were little. I remember I was driving, and was I driving? I said yeah, and I look over. I go, hey, boys, look at what sign that is. They're like, what, Dad? What? And I go, did you miss it? And my 6-year-old goes, Dad, that was the sign for Disneyland. And the next, sure enough, a mile up the road, we got off. So you're right, it does start right about there.
For me, I'll say this. I imagine Wakanda. Okay, Wakanda has a protective dome, and to me, that very much is a Disney bubble.
Yes.
And when you think of Wakanda in that protective dome, that dome where it connects to the ground is all just woods, and it's all nobody's there like ooh and ah, and I'm in Wakanda, right?
Right.
And those are the road signs to me. They're what start and support the entire bubble of Disney. It's where you first enter that. And you're like, okay, your brain starts going, all right, I'm like almost there. I've passed that barrier from, the closer you get, the more Disney it feels.
Right. No, that is,
and then you go under that you go past that nice welcome to Disney World sign that puts you really in the bubble where you're in all the resorts and, and the road signs are all custom Disney stuff. So that to me is where I wanted to start. And then I will go right into entering Magic Kingdom.
Right.
And this is just me personally. I have a lot of people that disagree with this. Well, for one, I can't smell too much.
Fair.
Its nose has been broken 4 times.
Okay.
So my sense of smell is not that great. What it is for me, the way Magic Kingdom's laid out, you go in the entrance, you wrap around, and when you get to the top of Main Street, it's that first look down Main Street, past the people just looking at the castle for the first time on my vacation. That makes me just kind of go, okay, all the stress just kind of melts away. And I'm like, okay, we're here.
All right. So I can concur with that. So for me, the first thing is kind of going under the, so we don't have the Welcome to Disneyland sign. It's like getting into the Anaheim bubble. Once you get off the highway into Anaheim, that you have like the Disney bubble on with the resort area, and if you're staying on property, awesome. But once you get like, I want to say Harbor Boulevard, Ball, and Catella, the 3 intersecting roads. If you're staying anywhere on those, close enough to the park, because there's some other hotels a little bit further back that don't feel as Disney as say staying one across the street where we can walk literally across the street into the park and you can see the Matterhorn and the monorail outside your bedroom window if you're on an upper level. That's the sort of thing. But if you're staying on property, that bubble, like you go to sleep listening to Disney music. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. But yeah, going in. But once you get in, like, yeah, I'll start at Disneyland. You go in under the trestle. It's like you make that wraparound, like you said, the square. I met with 2 things though, because I met with the idea of I get to see not only the monorail when I go in, and then I see because the monorail goes just outside Disneyland because it's only like a mile and a half.
We have the railroad that we walk under.
Yeah. So we have the railroad when we walk under, but outside the gate, like the monorail goes outside the gate and around, kind of like it does for the Contemporary. But we don't have it going to the hotel. It just goes out. It has its own track. It used to go to like the Disneyland Hotel, but it doesn't do that anymore. It just has like a mile and a half loop that it does, and it has 2 stations. But you get that iconic shot. If you see any like old advertisement for Disneyland, there's that iconic shot of you walking in. You see the monorail going across the front of it, and then you go in, and then you go under the train, and we go under the train like that. But it's like, so you get that shot of the monorail, and you go under the trestle, and then you get all the smells. You get smacked in the face with smells because I can smell.
Lucky.
Of like. You get, I almost like want to call it smell-o-vision because you get the popcorn cart right there. So you hit with the popcorn smell, and then you walk down just a little bit around the corner, and there's maybe a churro cart right there, or an ice cream stand, or someone coming by, selling ice cream because there's a parade happening. And then you get to the Penny Arcade where there's the Gibson Girl ice cream, and you're smelling the fresh waffle cones being made. then you get that straight on view of the castle and the hub and everything. So it's like you're met with them all at once. And I think the thing that really gets my attention, it's not so much like the popcorn, because the popcorn smell is like you walk into any movie theater, it's the same.
Yes, it's the same smell.
Same smell. The churro smell, okay, that's a little bit different. You don't get that. Ice cream, you don't really smell. You see, you get the crowd sound, but you get to the waffle cones right there at Gibson Girl Ice Cream, and you're like, oh shit, I'm on Main Street, USA. That's Gibson Girl Ice Cream. That's the Penny Arcade. Over there, is, whatever that's, I think, the picture shop. Or there's porch potato sitting up there on the porch, and then you look down and, yes, our castle's smaller, guys, but it's the original castle, so shut up. But you look down and you see our castle, and it's there, and you see, like you said, the crowds of people taking the iconic shots in front of the castle and meeting a character that might be nearby. So that's Disneyland. Now, this is a question I had to ask myself, and I had to ask my wife this question. When you veer off into any other land, though, that is not inside of an attraction, because, guys, attractions do have certain smells, and those are park smells that we'll talk about. But do you go into any other land and smell any other unique smells? And I got to thinking about it myself. No, personally, I don't at Disneyland. You don't go into Tomorrowland and smell a unique smell necessarily. You don't get that scent of like walking down Main Street. You don't in Adventureland. You can turn down Adventureland. Yeah, you might get a whiff of Bengal barbecue, maybe the Jungle Cruise water, but you don't get a whiff of Dole Whip. So, what other smells do you that you get in Magic Kingdom? What's that?
There's only one, man, and that's when you pass the turkey leg cart.
Okay.
And just like fair. The waffles, right? Just like the waffle cone smell.
That's a fair smell.
I mean, those turkey. I don't eat turkey legs anywhere else except Disney World.
Right? I'll do it on Thanksgiving. Only other time. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like turkey.
So I had to.
Turkey, bro.
Right. I love turkey. 2 times a year I'll eat it. Thanksgiving, or twice, once a year at Thanksgiving. But at Disneyland, I usually do. But the last 2 times I was at the parks, and I don't know if Disney World's the same, their turkey legs are not the same, and they're a little bit drier than they used to be. And I just remember turkey legs just getting a fistful of grease. Your arm just being a ball of grease by the time you're done. But
and like
that corn smell, the corn next to the turkey legs.
Magic Kingdom, not so much. I mean, in a lot of the other parks for Disney World, I do get other smells. I mean, you can't count Epcot because all of Epcot's a smell.
Right.
But like Animal Kingdom's got unique smells. The market smells phenomenal. It smells like woodsy.
Right.
Food. It's just kind of like a vibe, if that makes sense.
Right. No. I get that. So for us, it's like for me, like downtown Disney, you don't get a lot of fresh smells. If they're making like fresh beignets, that you might get that beignet smell. Like I said, even to my wife on earlier, like you'll get that smell like of fresh beignets in New Orleans Square, and you'll get little smells here and there, but it's not like a unique smell that draws you in. Like you get into Pirates and that smell, like, oh, that's Pirates water. You get into Mansion and there's like that Mansion mustiness. You get into certain attractions, you
each one's got their setup.
Yeah. Exactly, but there are, of course there's going to be unique smells, because we have California Adventure, and you go to like. Not Flo's, but the Cozy Cone Motel, which hopefully you guys get one. If you get a Cozy Cone in Florida, oh God help you and your waistline at Disneyland. It's they have this thing called a queso con carne. It's pretty much what it is a Frito pie in a cone in a bread cone.
That sounds good.
Frito or mac and cheese in a bread cone. Oh my God. You're talking about fat kid status.
That reminds me of the what's the flavor of it, man? I'm trying to remember the flavor. It's a what are those things that they sell in Chinese restaurants? Egg roll.
An egg roll, yeah.
The cheeseburger egg rolls.
Oh gosh.
We have cheeseburger egg rolls, man. And it is
right.
Cheeseburger spring roll. Yeah, it's a spring roll.
Gosh.
And it is so good. Man, they're just great. and you would think it would not be anything special, but they're so good.
Right. No, but see, that's the thing. This little things like that, touches like that, or like you walk by the pretzel cart in California Adventure right there off the pier. You get or even I love saying the corn dog castle, because corn dog castle is one of my favorite places. You get that like corn dog smell, like the fair corn dog smell. It's nice, but
bro, let me tell you something, bro. You need to go to Epcot one day.
Oh man, I will.
During the Food and Wine Festival.
Oh, we have ours out in California.
But is it like how does it compare to Epcot? Is it pretty like, I mean, there's so much food.
I will tell you.
So
I have my sip and savor from the year I went to the one in California, and I'll tell you this much. I met some friends. My friends, Harrison Price. He has a YouTube channel. I think it's Magical Adventures. He does pin trading. Wonderful dude. I met his family, so I met his mother-in-law, his father-in-law, his wife, him, and his sister-in-law, and they turned me on to like, hey, the Food and Wine Festival is happening. I'm like, yeah, let's go do it. And the Sip and Savor package was like $45 or $40 at the time for like, you had like 8 tabs you can eat and drink, and I will tell you this much. I only used 4 of them. I gave the other 4 to Julie, his mother-in-law. Like, we split it. Like, we went into it knowing. We started seeing people's portions, and we're like, oh my God, that's a portion, and you're getting like huge portions and decent drinks, and I'm like, damn. So I got like a starter, an actual like meal piece, a dessert, and a drink, and I was like, I don't think I could use these other 4. There's no way I could have. I'd have to be here another day to use them.
Yeah.
And there was so much good food, and I think the next time I do go, that's the way I might do it, is get one of those sip and savers. But they do it, and the thing with Disney, they'll do that at any holiday time. They'll use any excuse to put good food out for people to spend more money. We know that. That's a way to make money. But the food, God,
already so good. And then you add on Food and Wine Festival, man, and they got the extra carts outside everywhere. Man. My wife and I, our favorite time to go was always in the holidays, because
the holiday time
even though the crowds are kind of a pain in the ass, it's completely worth it.
It is.
We went one year, I think it was 2 years ago, for Food and Wine, and we were like, we're missing out. We got to come to this more, because it is spectacular.
You guys should come to ours in April, where it's beautiful, and I
can't go that far.
Dude.
I might be able to. I can't bring the whole fam though. No way.
I'll tell you what. We'll have to talk to Lou. We'll have to do a guys trip. Do a Food and Wine guys trip. And I tell you what. I did Food and Wine. I swear to you, on everything in April down there, because it's in California Adventure. You have Pixar Bay now. It used to be Paradise Bay. It's now Pixar Bay. And it's all these carts, and you walk around, all the live music, obviously, as you know, all the good stuff that happens. But you have that perfect California sun. It's like 85, perfect breeze, and it drops down to like 55 at night. Oh, it's like perfect. Perfect weather. Yeah. It would be like it's 2 buttons, man. It'd be a 2-button experience. But yeah, go
ahead.
Food and Wine literally does bring unique smells and things, but like I'm saying, overall, the overall experience at each park is different. But it's not. I don't think it compares to like Magic Kingdom or Disneyland, because the smells are so prevalent, and I think that's the point I was trying to drive home in this idea. Because Animal Kingdom, of course, you're going to have the smell of and each part of the park will have a unique, different scent and smell, but like, there are certain scents that jump out to you, like it's like it's second nature.
And that's where the universal debate kind of gets tough, is because, like, I'm also an adrenaline junkie, so I love Universal Studios. I love their rides. It's amazing, right? But when you walk in, it's all visual.
Right.
Even through City Walk, you're walking past Bubba Gumps, you're walking past all kinds of different restaurants, but they're all commercial grade restaurants. You know what I mean? Not saying Disney's not commercial grade, I'm just saying like you can go to Bubba Gump anywhere.
That's why we have a Disney Springs and a Downtown Disney, because that's where you get your commercial food on property. So it's like, and they're upscale. And Bubba, like you said, Bubba Gump you can get anywhere. It's like an old spaghetti factory. Get it almost anywhere.
Yeah. So like that's where they like when I was thinking about this question earlier, after you told me the episode was going to be, I was comparing it to Universal because there is nothing unique about walking into that place to me.
No, the one I will give you this, and I don't know if it's like that anymore. The one unique thing I remember from being at Universal Hollywood, the two unique things walking, but not like smell wise. Visually, you have the globe that spins, the water, the iconic water shot, and the big gates and the red carpet. Other than that, you're right.
You have the big gate, and to be completely transparent, it's so big I hardly notice it.
Right? No,
that makes sense.
It's not. No,
I just
it's not like
walked under.
It's not like the gates. And now this is the one thing I am going to be missing, and I know Disney's shifting this way here in the future to where it's just like contactless. Like a attendant will be there at the gate, but I love the idea of interacting with the cast member and being able, hey, and being able, you're enclosed. You don't feel like you're above something that's so big and you're going to something so open. And I get they want it to be open, but I think that's the idea of Disney. You feel like you're being transported. At Universal, you're not being transported. You're just leaving the outside world for a couple of hours.
Well, I mean, and perfect use of Universal doing that is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
If they would have taken the same concept they did with Harry Potter, I mean, you go through the wall around the corner and you're transported into Diagon Alley, right?
And I've heard the same about Super Mario World.
Right. Yeah, so
it's
I think they're trying to now do it. There's nothing they can do now for their main entrance, but
they could. That's the thing. So being an avid sports fan and being someone like I am, I'm a huge Dodger fan. I'm a purist. I'm a baseball purist to some level. And one of the great coliseums left in the sport, like Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol Raceway, is that Dodger Stadium. I get it, it's iconic, you can change it, but they can change it to the degree to where you can keep it to where it needs to be, but certain things you don't change and you keep it to that level. And Universal's in this place where you can change it. They can. And sports stadiums change all the time. That's my point behind what I'm saying is, like, I don't want Dodger Stadium to change. I don't think Fenway should change, but there are stadiums that get upgrades for the right reasons and they look phenomenal. And Universal could benefit from maybe something of changing their entrance, like the way you go in, not the gate, but to make you feel like you're transported to something different. Because when you walk in there, and I feel the same way about Knott's now too, because Knott's Berry Farm, I'm an adrenaline junkie, and Knott's Berry Farm is literally 15 minutes up the road from Disneyland, and Universal Studios is another hour up the road, and then you got all the other stuff that goes on around there. But the fact is Knott's was the same way. You used to walk into the iconic Knott's area, you feel transported, like you'd instantly walk into the iconic water tower that dumped water on you, and you did what Old West Town, and you were just transported. And now there's a roller coaster going over that. It took away that experience because they brought too much thrill to what it was. And for me, you can make certain adjustments, but there is a level of like balancing. And I think that's where Disney gets us every time, is they balance everything so well.
Now,
in that level.
I think we should transition to sounds.
Sounds, okay. My wife is in here telling me thank you for bringing her bag in earlier. You're welcome. Yeah, so sounds. All right, what sounds? Sounds.
To me, that's where, like, obviously because probably my smell issue.
Right,
but to me, I think sounds is really more important than visual to me.
Okay.
There are certain things that I hear that just specific to Magic Kingdom that really, I don't know, that just pull me back into like being the most magical place on earth.
Right.
Some of them are silly. Some of them are, like the monorail.
Yeah.
The monorail, little saying, man. When I hear that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the only place on earth where I hear this.
Only place on earth where you hear it in 2 languages.
Yes, exactly. Like,
or the train too. The same thing as the train. Every train stop.
Man, the train stops. I mean, there's all kinds of like just sounds to me that And then you can hear the music too on Main Street, and
Main Street music,
and that to me is more significant than
no, the
smell.
music that music draws you in, and it does that funny joke in the Chip and Dale movie that came out a couple years ago about everything happens on Main Street, and it's like a replica of Main Street USA, but it's all like the shady stuff happening. I'm like, yeah, that is kind of how I feel about Main Street. Like, I want to know the seedy stuff that goes on in Main Street, but I do know what goes on behind Main Street because I've been there. But the thing is I love that idea because you're right. Like the sounds of Main Street, like you get the omnibus, you get the clopping of the horses, you get the bells, you get the sound of the crowd, you get the music,
Now,
and then
one that's really special to me no longer exists, and it's not a sound you hear. Now, this is getting into a ride.
Okay, that's fair.
And it's probably single-handedly the most important thing: taste, smell, sight, sound, whatever. That,
right.
From my personal experience, is the Splash Mountain soundtrack.
Oh my goodness!
And that song, when I first heard it as a kid, that is just one of those things, man, where, I mean, I could listen to that forever, and it sparks memories, and that's where my Splash
I'll spark
Mountain.
Your core memory right now.
That's
laughing place. We'll show you your laughing place.
That's where my disdain for the new ride came from. It had nothing to do with the movie.
I love that
movie. Or
the
logic behind switching the whole the guts of the ride around. I wanted the soundtrack to stay.
Yes.
And that killed me.
So here's a little cast member story for you. I told you we'd be sharing some of these, and this is something for me as a cast member, being a Splash Mountain cast member, at Disneyland, I don't know how it was at World. So if you've worked at World, you can, kind of put it in the comments and tell me if this was true. So I know in our break room, when you walked up those stairs in the morning, because, the break room was on top of the overlook. So there's that, the overlook, you see people looking out over into the ride. That behind that's the control room, and over where ours was, where our break room was off to the side of that. And you walk up and you come around the corner, and there's a picture of, Uncle Remus and all of the friends, Brer, Fox, Rabbit, and Bear, all holding hands with all the other friends behind them. It's a mural that was painted. So
Splash Mountain.
Yeah, I have. So I would pull it down, but I have a picture that was hand painted by. It's a copy of it, but it's up on my wall right now above my my Goofy movie map picture I have. But it's of Splash Mountain because I love that attraction. It's very near and dear to me, like Haunted Mansion is. And I wonder if they took that out or if they kept that as an homage, like they do for some rides and that have left. Like, in our Indiana Jones, that was what used to be part of the Eeyore parking lot. Well, they kept the Eeyore sign as a homage to that parking lot, and within the ride, like within the queue. And it's up hidden. You have to look for it. But I wonder if they did that because for me, you have to keep something of that ride alive, and because that's the spirit, that's where that ride came from. But that soundtrack is so iconic because you could hear it I know for us in New Orleans Square, you'd pop out of Haunted Mansion, and when you'd pop out of that exit, you'd be right there at the entrance of our Splash Mountain, and you'd hear the screams of them coming down Drop 5 and down in the patch, and you'd hear the laughter and the singing, and it's just like, man. But see, for me, another ride that it's now one of my favorite attractions that I love going on because I had a really fun experience on some special brownies on it. But it used to be one of my favorite attractions as a kid, which was Country Bear, but it was replaced by Winnie the Pooh. And I love the Winnie the Pooh attraction for what it is.
Right.
But I do miss going in. That was a nice places, even as a little kid when you're worn out from the park to go maybe catch a few minutes when grandma and grandpa want to drag you in there because, well, it's their favorite thing. And it became one of my favorite things, but I miss that. And that had an iconic soundtrack, and I don't get to hear that, but you guys get it, at World. There are things that I totally concur with, and it's like those sounds like really matter. And I think in one that you guys, I don't know if you guys have it on your train, but we have the Primeval World diorama in our train at the end of it. And I think if that ever went away, I would really be sad, because that's the sound I love hearing, that thunderclap talking about the dinosaurs and talking about prehistoric times and how crude that is. But that visual and that sound together, it brings something home. So I can totally relate to the idea of that soundtrack being gone, because certain attractions, certain things that are no longer there, or potential could go away in the future. Really,
man. I mean, what it's all about to me too is, man, like I don't think I'll ever again get another feeling like that, and that could be debated, but it's just the way I kind of look at it. And I think now, as being a parent, that my daughter gets to figure out what her zippity doodah is, like it is to me.
Well, and so
and that's the way Disney kind of works. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't think I'll feel that way again about anything specific to Disney.
Yep.
But I'm gonna keep going back just because it makes me overall feel great.
Right. And that's I have a gripe about an overlay. I love the overlay, but it's, again, your zippity doodah. So California Adventure has their roller coaster. It's now the Incredicoaster, but it started out as California Screamin'. And me and my friends, when we were in the Marine Corps, great military story tie-in here. So we had a buddy named Donnie Grapp in the Marine Corps, and he loved Slayer. And he was like, Slayer, whatever. So there was a countdown on California Screamin', and me and my buddies, Donnie never went with us, but in honor of Donnie, because countdown was perfect, it was in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get that charge. And me and my buddy, we always request it. We throw our horns up. We go, Slayer, one, and we take off. Now it's the Incredicoaster. Now Flash is doing this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And I'm like, no, that I can't do. No, I don't have time to do anything. I don't have time. Like, there's no build up for me. There's nothing. And so it's like, I can totally relate, because as a Splash cast member, I hear that all the time. I miss the soundtrack. I miss this. And I get it. I'm there with you guys. I miss it.
Yeah, people miss that stuff, man. And like, I'm gonna try to say this tactfully. I'm gonna say it how I feel, bro. And I don't think they miss it like I miss it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like 90% of park goers are just like, oh yeah, no, we're going to Disney this year. It'll be fun. Take the family. Oh, cool. There's a castle. Take a picture. On to the next thing. Oh, look, there's Splash Mountain. Let's ride it. That was fun. Let's go to Thunder.
No, true.
I'm there every year.
Yep.
And those memories, man, are deeply rooted.
Oh gosh, yeah.
To my soul.
I will tell you this. So full circle. So this is how full circle Splash Mountain. And guys, we've diverged under a Splash Mountain rant, which is fine. I'm all open to this.
And it would go like that at some point.
Sideways. We're a little bit sideways. We're in the weeds. But
we can't just get here and list. Oh, my favorite smell is
no. You can't, because Splash. All right, Splash had a unique smell, soundtrack, had everything. It was just like everything. To me, it was like almost a perfect ride without it being a perfect ride.
It's a perfect ride.
Animatronics would go down all the time. Come on, let's be real. But the fact is that ride for me, I remember my first time going to Disneyland. It opened in '89. I was in kindergarten. We went in '89. Shortly after it opened in summer. We went in the fall. I was like 5, almost 6. I may have been 90, maybe right about in the early 90. However it was, I went. I was one of the first million people to have ever ridden that attraction. Think about that one. Then, years later, I got to work there. You know, I rode that attraction all the time. I had a magical kiss on that ride at one point. You know, fireworks going off. The Disney stuff you dream of on that attraction when you're a teenager. You know, stupid stuff. I had that happen. And then I get to work that attraction. And it becomes a part of my whole life, my lore. Then I go down there with he was then 6 years old because he turned 6 there. We had his 6th No, 7th birthday. We had his golden birthday there. My now 9-year-old. He'll be 10 in a couple of weeks. Actually, he'll be 10 on the 7th, and we rode that thing. Little guy, the one who just popped on, Gavin, he went back with Mom and Grandma, passed out, and Grayson's like, Dad, I want to go hard. Okay, sweet. Well, we have the Daz pass. Yeah, he wanted to go hard. We were up till midnight. Like we closed the fuck down. But thankfully my mom lent us her scooter because my mom hurt her stuff at Disney. And you had to get an old person scooter. She went back to the room, so I stole her scooter. And we went and what are you looking at? What are you trying to find?
Remind me what I was looking at. I'm going to show you something after your story.
Okay.
Making sure it's up there.
So then my son's like, can we go ride Splash? I'm like, yeah, we got the scooter. We can get on back and go to the back of the line, get in through the exit, get on real quick. And it's close to the end of the night. So we didn't have to deal with any of the queue, none of that stuff. And they got to the point where my son goes, Dad, can we go again? Because we didn't get wet the first time. I'm like, okay, sure. Like, do you guys just want to hop out and get in the front of a boat? So we did that. We hopped out, got in another boat. So we got soaked. My son goes, Dad, let's go again. We rode it, I will tell you, 16 times.
Hell yeah.
Back to motherfucking back. And I don't drop the F-bomb lightly because straight up, I didn't think my son would want to ride it that many times. But he got we got off that ride and I was in shorts and like reef shoes that dried out real quick. Because it was like 98 degrees at midnight, Oh,
yeah.
And he's walking around like, Dad, I'm ready to go back. I'm ready. I'm like, dude, we still got to get a corn dog. We still got to go to Rise. we still got some stuff we got to do, bud. He goes, can we go ride Winnie the Pooh? And he rode that thing. You know how cold Winnie the Pooh can get. That nighttime air conditioning was on. He was like, Dad, I'm cold, but I love it. Can we go again? So we rode Winnie the Pooh 2 more times. Then we went to caught our lightning for Rise. It was that's how much Splash meant to my family and meant to me. I didn't care how wet I got. I used to love ride checking that ride in the middle of my work shift. Hey, can I go around and ride check? Can I make sure everything's working right? Because on a hot day at Disney, man, being a cast member, it'd be awesome to go ride check that. And I did. I didn't care. They're like, do you have extra pants? Because we know you want to sit in the middle of where you balance it out. And oh yeah, I'll make sure I get in front of a heavy boat that I knew would be, causing a huge wake. I didn't care because I loved it. That's what's, between Mansion and Splash, I was content as a cast member. But family stuff at the time forced me to leave. But like I said, Splash has that much meaning to so many people. And I'm not the only one that's ever done that. Ridden it 16 times with their kids. But memories. It's like, now how do I explain that to my kid who now has to go deal with the idea of a different attraction being in there and having to explain to him, well, our Zippity Doodah is different now, bud. That's going to be a different fight.
Yeah. Now, are both splashes are different from world to land. So
the only difference in the attraction,
okay,
the only difference was the boat.
Okay.
The boat, the boat was the difference. We had single, so you sit nut to butt, as they would say in the military.
Okay. Oh, so you're like ripping rapids over at Universal.
Yeah. So, but what it is, you have 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and then you have like a side by side in the very back. So
Gotcha.
If you have a little kid that can't really ride, like that, they can sit side by side with their parent or grandparent, whoever their person is they're with. So
here's why I ask if they're the same. There's something that Disney had when I first Disney World, on Splash Mountains.
Okay.
That they did.
Okay.
That I loved, and I don't think it. I mean, up until now, I don't think even on Tiana's, I don't think it is ever back again.
What was it?
After you drop,
okay,
you circle around, and you're in the bumper car. Basically, ramming other boats, right?
Yeah, ramming other boats as you're getting into the.
So when I was a kid, I rode this thing for the first time.
Okay.
Right, I think I was I don't know 10, and I'm sitting next to my dad. I'm on the inside. I'm on the right. He's on the
Okay.
left.
Okay.
And I look up, and I just had a blast. I look ahead of us, and so you're facing this way. There's rocks on your right side, but there's a waterfall coming down the rocks. But the way the rocks are designed, it's soaking everybody on the right.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm like, Dad, scoot over, scoot over, scoot over. And of course, you're stuck, and you get drenched. Yep. And what I think happened is, at least for World, they just tamed it down.
Yeah, they tamed it down.
Because you're on a water ride, you're gonna get wet.
Yeah.
Stop bitching.
Yeah, so they tamed it down because that effect was there. I remember it, and even when I was going there all the time in the military, it was still pretty prevalent, and it wasn't up until probably the last.
I haven't seen it forever. I mean,
yeah,
I
10
can't
or 15
remember the last
years.
time.
Yeah, I know Disney.
I made a joke when we first went on our first trip together. I'm like, oh, I'll take the left side, and I get there, I'm like, where's the waterfall? I guess it's broken, and then just never saw it again.
No. See, ours, they tamed it down. It just kind of trickled down off, and you still got that waterfall effect, but you didn't get the full effect.
Turn the water down.
It'd be like one of those stupid things like taking away Schweitzer Falls.
Let me grab something real quick.
Yeah. You're good. I can vamp for a couple minutes. Guys, I work in radio, so vamping is not a problem for me while Josh does what he does. I can actually tell you what he's doing. He's looking at shelves, as you can see. And he's grabbing something down. What did he grab? What do we got there, bud? I want to know. I want to know what we got.
You mentioned that you guys rode Splash Mountain over and over again and shut the park down.
Yeah.
My wife and I. Now you're gonna see a little version of Josh here, like
oh boy, baby Josh.
Adult, but not baby. So this.
Oh dang!
Is my wife and I on Splash Mountain
at night in the back.
Now this was our 5th or 6th time.
Okay.
In a row. It was closing time. It was like 1 a.m. We had extra magic hours.
Okay.
And we didn't have kids, so little piece of advice to everybody out there: if you're going as a couple and you don't have kids and you're staying on property, take advantage of the extra magic hours, because ain't nobody got their kids out there at midnight.
So here's the deal, guys. That's only on at World, because Land is now taking their early magic.
That.
And it's only, so here's the deal. We can talk about that too.
Woo. Well, let me finish this real quick.
Yeah, finish that. We'll talk about that in a second, because I have a gripe about that.
The coolest thing that came from this picture is we got a Last Rider card.
That's rad.
We got I gotta find it. I think it's in another Disney setup
cool
over there. But there's it came with a Last Rider card. It's dated, signed, and it says, Kim and Josh were the last riders of Splash Mountain on such and such a date. We were the last people to go through that ride for the day, and I thought it was, again, it's a card, but man, what a magical little extra thing Disney did.
Let me see. Where's mine at? I have not my. It's not that. I have a.
Look at this little guy.
He's a baby. Dude. That's a baby, dude.
Look at his little tiny beard too.
Where's mine at?
4 or 5 in this picture.
I can't find it. No, of course I can't. But I do have. Oh, here's something. So this isn't mine, but this is like little things like this, guys. Like I love this is an old cast guide from Halloween time in 2010. This was 2 years before I got there, but we used to get cast guides like this and tell you what was going on that day. This is mint. But stuff like that. But I have a what is called. What'd you say about your wife?
That's when I first met my wife. We started dating March of 2010.
That's rad. I have what is called a Scarer of the Day card. So at the Monsters Inc. ride, which is closing, which I'm mad about. If you're the first person on the ride,
it's closing
in the morning. Yes, our Monsters Inc. is closing. They're closing it down to put in Avatar Land. I'm not happy.
Avatar here is pretty sick, bro.
I'm not saying it's not another debate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not. Hello? for a second. But I'm not saying it's not sick. But what I'm saying is you have a Star of the Day card if you're the very first rider of the day. And if you use that, you can use it all day to get on the ride all day long. You bypass the line, you go to the exit, and you hand it to them, and you get on the ride. So it's like it's an all-day pass to ride that ride. And it's like I made it a point the day that we had early morning we had our early half an hour at DCA, which is ridiculous. I rushed us over there so we would be the first ones over there so I could get this pass. I was so excited. So one of my kids be able to ride that ride all day long, and they loved it. And we did ride it. We rode it like 4 or 5 times that day because they wanted to be able to ride it whenever. But yeah.
Where was this when I had our second episode about which is better, land or world? You guys are making some questionable choices over there, leaning into world a little bit, man.
I know, right?
Taking your daytime early access away.
Well, so I'm actually kind of all right. So I've been torn about this since they brought it back. When I was a kid, I think it was like an hour or an hour and a half extra. I think I must say it was like an hour, but that hour added up because if you got in an hour early at land before DCA and after DCA, even at either side, you can knock out a lot in an hour at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like that was all of Tomorrowland. That was almost all of Fantasyland. By the time it was all said, next they only had that Tomorrowland and I want to say Toontown open at that point. So it was like, okay, I'll knock out half of Fantasyland because Peter Pan fills up by the time I'll do that. I'll go ride Space. I'll go do the way and knock it out. Not a problem. Then pandemic happened and they decided to do a dumb half hour, which only pertained to hotel guests. It wasn't if you bought a package anymore from the Disney Travel Company that you got this privilege. It was only to hotel guests. Okay, cool. Awesome that it's only to hotel guests. I'll take it, whatever. But a half an hour, you don't get next to anything done. Now what they want to frickin' do, and this is the most annoying part of it. They're going to give you one lightning link. So say, guys, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. But the way I read it and the way I understand this is if you stay at a Disneyland Resort hotel, whether it be the Grand Californian, Pixar Pier, or Disneyland Hotel itself, you will get a single, mind you, 1 day of a single use Genie Plus pass for one ride.
You get to ride one ride.
One ride. A ride for free for staying at the hotels. Not daily. All right, if it was a daily perk for everybody, sweet. If that was the case. But it's one time. So if I stayed on property for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, whatever it might be, and I was going to the park, which Disneyland you get done in 3.5 days, the 4th day if you really want to push it. But like really, like one time, so you're forcing me to now have to buy Genie Plus, which I won't do. I'll spend more time at the hotel. I'll spend more time. I'll spend more time at the hotel. I don't want to buy Genie Plus. I remember when fast passes were free, people. I remember they were free.
I got this out when you mentioned Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah.
We have the laugh floor.
Yeah, I know.
That I've saved this. It's a little wrinkly. It's a sticker that I get for being. It says I was that guy.
Laugh floor.
At the laugh floor.
That's
I was
nice.
that guy. So, all my Disney World people know that when you go there, they pick one person out of the entire crowd they pick on to be the butt of the jokes. So Raj will get on there and go, just make sure you're not messing up. And then the camera will zoom in on my face and go, like that guy.
Just make sure you're not messing up like that guy.
And I get picked every time I go in there because most people look just like normal people, being bald and beard and a big dude.
We can
like,
say
let's
this.
make fun of the big guy.
No, that's not the big guy. They say let's make fun of Stromboli. He looks like Stromboli, so we're gonna make fun of him.
And I'll tell you what, man, you get on that screen when they like you figure out right away who that guy is, right?
Oh yeah,
And the moment they pick you, and they put you on the screen the first time, you're probably good for about 20 appearances on that screen throughout the whole comedy skit.
that's rad.
And my hope is that I can wear this. I'm saving this to where my daughter, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna undo it and actually wear it as a sticker when I go with my daughter when she's old enough to remember. And I'm hoping that they'll pick me again.
Yeah.
So that they can. Oh yeah, we still have it.
Well, no, you hope it's still there when she's old enough to go.
I hope so, man. I don't know what they'd put there, but okay. So I think we just let's go over a couple more distinct things that we like senses we do, and then I think we wrap up a little bit. We're right at an hour. That's perfect.
I think we're right where we need to be. And guys, so you hear us like this is us being real with each other and you guys like guys, we're at an hour. We've done a good lengthy episode on this. So what other things you want to hit?
This will probably be where we try to hone in on being around, just because it's easy to listen to an hour. It's harder to listen to an hour and a half.
It really is. Yeah. It depends on if we have a guest, we can go longer. But
of course,
that's a yes. It's just us. You don't want to hear us yet for over an hour and a half.
You know, I'm gonna say another ride specific thing that they don't do anymore.
Okay.
On the theme of Splash Mountain. So for Animal Kingdom for us, you could go on the safari.
The Kilimanjaro. Okay.
Yeah, so you go on Kilimanjaro, but back in the day, your safari guide was immersed in the safari, similar to the jokes on
Jungle Cruise.
On Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
Right. And there were poachers that they talk about, and you would go through the poacher camp and stuff like that, but you would run away from danger and poachers, and it had more of a immersive effect.
Okay.
Well, now the safari is just there's the animals, and they're talking about the animals. They're knowledgeable. The poacher camp is still there, but you just drive right through it. It's that like it's not even like a sight, or it's just that total performance, that total sensory thing was like a core childhood memory for me, man.
Yep. I've got
go through all that.
Yeah, I've got two for you, like kind of in the similar vein. So one is they bring it back for Food and Wine for us. I don't know when they bring it back for you. But Soarin' over California. For me, when DCA opened, that ride opened, and it was a huge success, obviously. And the smell, like my favorite smell of that whole ride, was you fly over the orange grove. And you know what scene I'm talking about because they pump that smell in there. And it's like I know what orange groves those are. Those are beautiful groves, and I've been through them. And they pump that smell, and you're like, oh my goodness, what the? They just it transports you, or you're going through. I've been through Redwood Creek, where that fly fishing scene has been. Those are all things that I grew up knowing because I grew up in that part of California. So it's like I see that scene. And I'm like, oh man, I know I've seen people like that literally going through Redwood Creek, fly fishing and doing their canoeing and their boating, XYZ, whatever it was. So I miss that, and that sensory. You hit the sensory thing. Like the new Soarin' Over the World, I like it. It's great, but you don't hit the same notes. Yeah, you get the smell of the jasmine in front of the Taj Mahal, and you get the dirt smell from the elephants in the safari. Cool, but another one that was like that for me as well, that just kind of hit all those senses. It was one of those things that, for me, you entered this attraction and you're like, oh wow, okay, I'm here, and it happened to be Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, because they replaced ours. I love the new one. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love all the stuff that they've replaced it with. But there's something about hearing that Rod Serling, the Twilight Zone feel, and then like the story, like you're invested in the thriller aspect of that story, because when you get into the elevator car, you're like, oh, I'm going up to my room, and the next thing you know, boom, you're falling. Sorry, guys, spoiler alert. You fall.
Another sound that is distinct is those doors shutting.
Yeah, that.
And that track, because
Yep.
ours, I don't know if they're the same layout, but that cart, as you go forward to reach your pillars that drop you down, that sound of just the way the cart, because it's kind of janky.
It locks in. You hear it click.
You kind of like jumble around a little bit, and then you just go, right?
Yeah.
And about the Tower of Terror, real quick, that people may not know. If you haven't, look up the YouTube video of how that ride operates. It will blow your mind because you are actually pulled down and pulled up. You're not dropping anywhere.
Yeah,
you don't drop at all.
They're just pulling you. It's amazing.
Pulled down. So there's actually no possible way you can even like fall on that ride because it has 4 redundant systems that prevent that. And it's the YouTube video I watched was
I watched it too. I know what you're talking about.
It's incredible.
It's so incredible. We'll have to, you know what, Josh, you should post that link in our description too.
Sure.
You brought it up.
Yeah.
Because I want people to see that. Because
if you want to watch it, I'll post the link when we post it.
I love the science behind stuff like that. Because people they're like, oh my God, I'm so scared I'm going to fall. You're not falling, guys. It's amazing.
You're not falling, you're being pulled. That's why it actually feels worse, because I think if you fell, it would not be as much of an effect. Being pulled makes you feel like you're, getting ripped down. Yeah,
and if they would pull you and they have that cable to stop you, and just you're like, oh, okay, yeah. But the thing with Tower is like that musty smell, the old feel. Now our new one with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I love it. I love the overlay. Mission Breakout's great. But you get in there and you get that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. You get Tavion. You get all you get the whole. You get the whole feel. Yeah, there's a lot of fun Easter eggs. But it's Marvel, so you know what you're expecting out of that. And then especially with Guardians of the Galaxy, you know it's gonna be like fun and like the music's gonna be what it is, and you get Rocket, you get all the classic characters, but you get a different soundtrack. You get the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack instead of that like thriller effect. Like the story's there and you're fighting monsters and this, that, and the other, but it just doesn't have the same feel. Now, I will give Monsters this. You go during Oogie Boogie or during that time of year when they're getting ready to do Oogie Boogie Bash or all of that, and they do the Monsters After Dark, and they do the punk rock, like straight like hardcore punk rock and stuff. Oh man, that's wild. That is a wild soundtrack. It's a fun soundtrack, and I love doing that more than I do normal Guardians, because that soundtrack is way different. It's way more fun for me, and I can relate to it. Like I like the old 70s, Hooked on a Feeling. That's great.
Of course.
But I laugh my way through that ride. I don't get the same effect or feel as I would with Tower.
Fair enough. And I think the one that was left out, if you made it to this far in the video and you're thinking, why have these guys not mentioned this specific thing? It's to me because it's on my list, but it's such an easy layup that I really didn't want to mention it because I felt like it was like a get out of jail free card. I wanted to try to be more creative. But Pirates of the Caribbean is a ride that checks off every single box when it comes to the immersiveness. Once the ride starts, the smells of pirates. I mean, they got candles that smell like the Pirates ride. So,
there's another one we left off on purpose too, because I've mentioned it. I mentioned Pirates earlier, but there's Pirates. You're right, and not to cut
Pirates
you off.
Is one of my favorite.
I love it.
Smells.
Dude,
that's one I can actually smell, and to me, it's like. Maybe it's the military, man.
It's the mustiness.
I can
you smell the must.
A little bit of gunpowder, a little bit of what am I looking for? What's the I forget the name. The
gunpowder. You get
what's the residue?
Oh,
I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're thinking now.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but it's got a mix of like mildew and like the military, smells, mildew, mold, gunpowder, that mustiness of the water, it's got tranquil scenes. It's like some of that ride, but transitions, some of them can be tranquil before you get into the battle scene. You're coming down out of that drop, avast they are mateys, and you drop down that first couple drops, and it's tranquil for that first couple minutes. You're getting the scenery, but then you're getting the smell, you're getting the sound of the waterfalls, you're getting everything.
Shameless plug. My
Uh-oh.
other YouTube channel, Magic Done Right, has my daughter's first ever ride, which was Pirates of the Caribbean in Magic Kingdom. And
Hey.
we took her on as a baby. And
Okay.
I was so worried that the dark and the drop and all that stuff would be too much for her. But
Right.
Disney, again, doing their Disney thing, there's a reason they allow infants on that ride because
Yep.
it's not that big of a deal. And she loved it. She was like this the whole time looking around.
Yep.
Like, this is a vibe. So if you have a kid, baby, and you're like, man, I don't know what ride to take them on. There are rides like Pirates where
Sensory
you can
kids.
go and have fun. Yeah, I guess some sensory kids. It's a great first ride.
Gavin, who you guys met earlier, is very, 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 very low spectrum, like autism. So if you knew him, you would know he has it if I didn't say it, right? If you got to him because of his quirks. But Pirates, no joke. He was so immersed. He loved that, right? He has to. That was one of his favorite rides. Ride it over and over again because
that's a great ride.
He could draw into certain things, and then he'd ask questions about it. And I'm like, yeah, that okay. And he's like, so it's like if you have kids who have sensory things like that, like it's going to draw their attention everywhere. And if it's to the point where they can't go on it because of certain issues, then that's fair. But the ones who are very, very low or like infants, that Disney does it to where even my wife, when my oldest son, she was pregnant with him. We went there. She was 7 months pregnant. She was able to ride it. It's meant for everybody. Pirates is that perfect almost ride for everybody.
Right.
The other one we didn't mention because you guys, well, why didn't they mention this? Mansion, the same sort of thing.
Yeah, Mansion's too easy.
It's cherry picking. And me being a cast member, I can tell you every sight, smell, thing about that is just. Mansion and Pirates, they are number one at Disneyland. They're the two last attractions that Walt actually really put any thought and heart into, had any dealing with. So they'll always be sentimental favorites as almost perfect attractions. I can't take that away. There's that Walt factor again. But the other idea is look at how they appeal to everybody. Certain attractions don't appeal to everybody. I will tell you, taking my 7-year-old at the time on Space Mountain scared the crap out of him, but I also told him we were really in space, so that didn't help matters. But
hold your breath,
we're really in space. He goes, no, he asked the question, he goes, Dad, are we really going into space? I go, yeah, buddy, we're really going.
Where's your helmet? Get your helmet. Did you have a helmet? They didn't give you a helmet.
Then we went back then we went on Rise, and then I told him we were in space there, and he really about shit a brick. But But the point is those rides, we didn't really touch those, is due to the simple fact of they hit the sight, the smell, they hit everything that you need. And it doesn't matter if you're like Josh, who it seems like you can only smell the musty rides and not the actual good smell.
It's turkey legs.
And turkey legs. But he's got it right. It's like they're low-hanging fruit. It's like the debatable ones like Splash. If it was still around, we wouldn't touch Splash.
Right.
Like Small World. I'm not touching Splash. Yes, it is the song annoying to certain segments of the world. But that ride in many ways is a very perfect ride due to what it is and the visuals and what it brings. It hits all those notes. There are certain attractions that will do that. The Tiki Room is one of those ones to me that doesn't hit all those notes. I love it because it's still Walt Disney's Tiki Room and it's still the Tiki Room. But there are certain things that Tiki Room does lack that the other attractions, like we mentioned, do. But I'm not going. That's a different episode because the Tiki Room is a whole episode in itself. It really is.
Yeah, and I think too that I think one of these episodes we get into what we think is our all-time worst attraction.
Oh, God, I already have mine in my head. I've mentioned it on the first episode. I already mentioned it.
But I think that's a good place to
I think so. I think
to wrap up.
Guys,
again, I want to just say again, thank you for the merchandise from Bringing Back the Magic. If you haven't subscribed to them or followed them on Instagram, go check out their page. They are brother and sister.
BP.
And they are hilarious.
Yeah, BBTM podcast on Instagram. I know that by heart because I've tagged them so much recently. Good people. Make sure you give them a like as much as you like us. Like them. Like Sharing the Magic, our sister podcast, who we love, who we are good. You know, we love everybody on that crew. We don't shit talk
We wouldn't
them.
have met without you.
No,
Without
we wouldn't have met without them. We don't shit talk them. We do give them a bit of a hard time, but we also understand what the dichotomy of that show is, and we do it because we can, and they know it. We all give each other a hard time on that show. I talked to our good buddy Jeff, who we'll have on, our goofy dupe himself. We'll have him on eventually to talk and just hang out with us and just, you know, chop it up about some Disney stuff. But, you know, I talked to him tonight, and, you know, I threw a joke out there that he'll catch when this episode airs, but he'll get it. We give each other a hard time, and we wouldn't be here without them. So check out Sharing the Magic on all the socials. Just type in Sharing the Magic. I don't know all our handles off the top of my head because there's Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
There's.
But if we missed anything that you specifically like, how Splash Mountain for me just was very special to me. If we missed anything that you have that you are like, dude, you guys got to talk about it. Well, let us know. Comment down below what you think we missed. And
be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Follow us on Instagram. We don't have a Facebook yet. We're getting there, guys. We're still like 3 episodes in. We're our own PR team here. We're shamelessly plugging
Send us $1,000.
Send us money.
No, just liking the video is gonna help us out a lot. So we appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Hashtag veteran in the comments if you're a veteran. Get your comments read sooner. We don't discriminate, but we do love our veteran community because we are both veterans ourselves.
Very true. Even sooner if you're Air Force. All right. So
no, whoa. No. I'll give them if they read crayons sooner. But no. Now I see how you do this every episode.
Anyway, guys, you guys take and have a great night. We will catch you guys later.
See you later, guys. Take care.